Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be doing a little modification to these stairs, at least starting on it. We are going to narrow the stairs down to 2 foot wide and angle them up towards the actual cabin of the bus. While I'm doing this, my wife is painting all of the underbay components so that when we get all those done, we can assemble everything and keep going on the underbay. But this is a little break from the underbay framing and it might be a fun little project. To give myself some more room to work, I first pulled the doors off and put them in a safe spot. And then I laid out the cut lines for the steps. I figured I might as well just cut the steps to the desired width right away, and this is the easiest way to do it. To do the demo, we used our plasma cutter torch. It worked really slick and was very precise with its cuts. The next step was to weld together the 2 halves of the stairs that I cut out, and then I just used some other steel to reinforce it. So to get the stairs where I wanted them, I had to just cut and trim and keep fitting it to get it to fit just the way I wanted. There were some clearance issues with the frame rail there, and then the door too, to make sure everything would fit nicely. Today I'm going to continue the framing on our angled entry steps. Now, I didn't have my microphone fully charged yesterday while I was working on this, so I didn't walk you through as I was doing it, but I did do some time lapses. Hopefully those turned out. But the big deal with this is we want to be able to get into the bus but avoid our seating area. We're hoping to do a bench seat up there, so we want to make it more ergonomic to get in and out, and just we like the look. We didn't need 3 foot wide steps, so these are now 2 foot wide, and all I did was cut them out with the plasma cutter and cut a foot of material out of it. I chose the worst spot of this step, but I'll hammer this out again, and we'll end up putting plywood on here and then our laminate flooring, so I'm not too concerned with how they look. Today I am going to finish framing my walls, and I also am going to bend these walls that are closest to the doorway back so that the actual entrance is still the full 3 foot wide. But we're gonna have storage back here. I'll frame that out too, and it'll be where our shoes go and all that. But there's a ton of space that I'll show you guys that is found space, so we'll try to use that to the best of our ability. I do also have to fit a spare tire rack underneath the front here, so I can't get too crazy. It's for us it worked well, and it's a lot of work, but I think it will pay off in the long run. I'll show you that space now. So this is the found space on the bus here. The actual stairs themselves just have this one framing member right here, and they just hang in there, so there isn't a lot of framing to cut out. The biggest thing that I cut out was this 3x3 square tube. I did that because it'll have to come out of there anyway, but I'll have to reinforce this corner here and reinforce that tube, get that tube fully supported to make this front end as strong or stronger than it was before. But there's a ton of space in here that we'll be able to utilize. Utilize for shoes and storage, and we're thinking about maybe sticking our trash can around here somewhere, keep it out of the kitchen. But that's what I'll be working on today. Start on this framing here and work my way around, because this is the spot I can't get to very easily once I weld the steps into their final spot. But everything else there I can work either from above or below and weld this out. I just want to get this, the step is just sitting in here right now. I want to get it permanently mounted. That way, all my measurements become more accurate and we'll get a better product as a result. But yeah, I just zipped everything out with the plasma cutter. Looks a little ragged right now, but that was all the welds that they had, so I just cut those off. That's where they were there. So it was fast, it was easy. Beats using a whole bunch of grinding discs, I guess. So yeah, let's get going. Doing on the side of the step here is I have 1-inch square tubing welded to the step itself. I have 1 inch of foam inside, which is R5, and then I have, for lack of RTV silicone, I used PL Premium construction adhesive from Loctite. And what I'll do is I'll sandwich. Last night I made, pretty crude, but I made this sheet metal covering that'll go over the side of the stairs. So I'll get that on, and then I'm thinking I want to cut out the bottom step now that I got new sheet metal and put a new step on. It's just the only spot on the bus that's rusted out, so I think I want to replace that. But yeah, this will be my first time using my new rivet gun, so we'll see how it goes. So I have to say, this is my first time using just a cheap Amazon pop rivet gun, a pneumatic one. I have to say it works pretty nice. It beats using the ones you have to squeeze, and this will get into much tighter spots. It's actually quite a compact design. It'll be interesting when I start getting into different areas of the bus that are more of a challenge to get into. But yeah, like I said before, I'm using 1/4-inch stainless steel pop rivets. I believe these have a breaking, like a shear force of like 1,100 pounds to break or pull out or something like that. So it's way overkill for this little piece of sheet metal. We will be using silicone on all of the seams when I put it in. Like this will be flush against the side of the bus. We'll silicone it and do a undercoating on everything, so that should keep everything from rusting. I know it's not the prettiest, but it's the first one, and I gave myself plenty of room for improvement. One little trick that I found, I don't know if it's going to work long term or not, but I am reusing sheet metal from the roof of the bus, and there are drill holes and screw holes obviously in it before, but these 1/4-inch pop rivets will plug those at least in the short term. We'll see if it works long term, but you just put it in there and squeeze on it until it pops. So, but now that I got this side done, I'm gonna test fit it again and then maybe cut the floor out. I was avoiding doing it, but I think I might as well. Be a better product, better end result. So I'll bring you guys along for that ride. So I have lost some of the footage of the stairs build. To catch you guys up, I painted the whole steps after I welded on some nosing so I can have 2 inches of insulation in each of the steps. And now we're putting the insulation in and installing the flooring. The bottom landing was a very odd shape. I had to kind of trim and fit and just keep testing it because it was very weird angles coming into each other and nothing was square. So it would have been, I wasn't thinking here, I should have had the rough side up just to give you a little bit more traction, less slippery. But I think that's more for roofing than for this, but then you get the grid lines if you have it all laid out, because the InsoFast panels are 16 inches on center, so makes it easy if you use the other side. But that'll be nice. It'll also be very quiet, way less road noise. So just have to do the steps and then I'll fill in a couple more panels here and then cut a piece to go where the camera's sitting. So it'll be exciting to have nice plywood all the way up the stairs. That's as easy as the panels cut with a good sharp knife. So if you're just using a knife, it's not super messy. If you start using a saw, then you'll get the foam everywhere. But kind of comes with doing insulation. So because I have these scrap panels, and what I would recommend doing is, if you're doing InsoFast on your bus, is to do the big areas first and then have all your scrap panels left over. That's perfect for cutting out studs, because I want to put a stud at the back of the step and at the front. So what I'll do is I'll measure this, split the difference, cut the panel here, cut the panel there, cut it again right here at this stud, and then should be able to just slip both those pieces in and glue them down. So this is how easy it is. I got these steps all insulated, got the plywood screwed down. A couple days that will be rock hard, which is just what we need. So in here, that's actually the bumper up front. This will be kind of cold storage. It's going to be insulated where I can and where it's practical. I'll probably put like a Dynamat style insulation in along that bumper, but it's not going to be as good as this stuff. The reason I didn't use Insulfast here is this is 1.5 inches thick, and that's only 1 inch there. Basically whatever I could use. This storage bay is kind of cool. It's where I'll keep like the road flares and stuff. It goes about a foot back underneath the floor, and we'll actually probably have more floor going above it. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. Looks really nice to have these stairs done. It'll look even better once this sheet of plywood's in, but you only do so much in a night. So thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.